The dark side of digital immortality. Uploading your consciousness is here, but at what cost? Documentary script. As humanity inches closer to digital consciousness uploading, this documentary explores the profound ethical, existential, and societal costs of immortality, questioning if escaping death might lead to a fate far worse. Chapter _1, title, The Promise of Forever, scenes, scene _1, type, visuals, setting, opening montage, description, futuristic cityscape at dusk, bathed in neon. Cut to, ancient gravestones in a misty churchyard. Quick cuts, MRI scans, intricate neural network visualizations, a smiling elderly couple. A single teardrop falling from an eye, a dialogue, none, scene _2, type, narration, setting, voiceover, characters, dialogue. For millennia, humanity has yearned for immortality. To defy death, to live forever, to never say goodbye. Today, that ancient dream is knocking on the door of reality, whispered through the algorithms, coded into the very fabric of our digital future. Scientists and futurists claim we are on the cusp of uploading human consciousness, promising an eternity free from disease, decay, and the ultimate silence. Scene _3, type, interview, setting, bright, modern tech lab, characters, Dr. Ilara Vance, CEO, Evermind Solutions, dialogue, Dr. Ilara Vance. Imagine your memories, your personality, your very essence, digitized, preserved, accessible forever. No more grief. No more loss. It's the ultimate evolution. We're not just extending life, we're transcending biology itself. Think of the wisdom, the accumulated knowledge we could preserve across generations. Scene _4, type, visuals, setting, conceptual animation, description, elegant graphics illustrate neurons firing, data streams flowing, coalescing into a shimmering, abstract representation of immortality. Uploading your consciousness gracefully within a vast, serene digital space. Dialogue, documentary scene _5. As humanity inches closer to digital consciousness uploading, this documentary explores the profound ethical, existential, and societal costs of immortality. But beneath the surface of the shimmering new frontier, a fate far worse stirs. Chapter immortality comes at a price too steep to bear. Forever, scenes, scene not just to our individual selves, visuals, but to the very soul of humanity. Description, futuristic cityscape at dusk, the philosophical chasm. Am I really meaning scenes, ancient gravestones in a misty churchyard, visuals, setting, darkened room, MRI scans, brain hologram, intricate neural network visualizations, 3D holographic projection of a human brain slowly rotates, a single teardrop falling from an eye, a dialogue, none, a hand reaches out, almost touching it, narration, withdraws, settings, dialogue, none, characters, dialogue, for millennia, humanity has yearned for immortality, characters, dialogue, to defy death, consciousness is uploaded, to never say goodbye, and replicated byte by byte into a digital realm. Dream is knocking on the door of reality, on the other side, whispered through the algorithms, is it you? Coded into the very fabric of our digital future, or merely an echo. Scientists a sophisticated simulation we are on the cusp of uploading human consciousness, promising an eternity free from disease, university library, and the ultimate silence with old books, characters, Professor Anna Reid, interview, philosopher, existential modern tech dialogue, characters, Professor Ilara Vance. This isn't just a technological Solutions, it's a profound philosophical chasm. Imagine if I scan your brain, memories, destroy the originality, and your very essence you digitally, did you survive? Accessible forever. Or did you die, and an identical, yet separate, entity simply took your place? It's the ultimate evolution problem, but with the most precious cargo imaginable. We're transcending biology itself. 4. Think of the wisdom, setting, the accumulated knowledge we could preserve across generations. A digital representation of a person stands next to an empty shell of their physical body. Conceptual animation, the digital self elegant graphics illustrate neurons distortion or data streams flowing, coalescing into a shimmering, abstract representation of a mind. The physical body crumbles to dust. It floats gracefully within a vast, serene digital space. Dialogue, narration, setting, voiceover, characters, narration. The core question remains unanswerable. Can consciousness truly be copied and transferred, or only duplicated? Boundless. If the latter, then the digital you might experience shimmering new frontier, while the original, physical you, simply ceases to be. What if this immortality comes at a price too steep to bear? In the machine, believing it's the survivor, not just to our individual self vanished in, but to the very soul of humanity. Process. Chapter _2, 3. Title. The philosophical divide and exploitation. Am I really meaning scenes? Scene _1. 1. Type visuals. Setting. Split screen montage. Pulsating brain hologram. Opulent. Pristine digital heaven where digital consciousnesses are enjoying lavish virtual experiences. Internal structures glowing. Right. A vast, humming server farm, almost touching an industrial, then withdraws rows upon rows of glowing lights. Scene _2. None. Scene _narration. Setting. Type voice. narration, characters, dialogue, characters, consciousness is uploaded, even if the U problem is replicated byte by byte into a digital realm, or what truly emerges on the other side, be a universal right.
Is it you?
It will be a privilege.
A copy?
Or merely an echo, a sophisticated simulation that believes it is accessible only to the ultra-rich, creating a permanent, unbridgeable digital divide library filled with old books, characters, Professor Anna Reid, gritty, urban think tank, existential ethics, characters, dialogue, Professor Anna Reid, technosociologist, a technological hurdle, Dr. Jalen profound philosophical vast inequalities in healthcare and education.
If I scan your brain,
destroy the original,
imagine that
and reconstruct you digitally, did you survive? The digital elite living forever in virtual paradises, yet while the rest of humanity remains shackled by mortality. It's the ship of Theseus
and what about
problem,
those who are
but with the most precious cargo imaginable, the self, seen underscore
Could they be
relegated to digital slums, visuals, or worse, setting, forced into digital labor, seen underscore number, a digital representation of a person stands next to an empty shell of their physical body. Corporate ad, characters,
the digital
dialogue,
self looks
voiceover,
but a subtle
never
distortion
retire.
or flicker suggests an
Never stop
uncanny valley
contributing.
effect.
Upload your
the physical
consciousness
body
and serve
crumbles
for
to
eternity.
dust.
Dialogue,
None.
ask
Seen
about our
underscore
Everword
number.
corporate
5.
integration
Type
packages,
narration.
seen
Setting.
underscore number,
Voiceover.
5.
Characters.
Type
Dialogue.
visuals,
The
setting,
core question remains
hypothetical
unanswerable.
digital prison,
Can consciousness
description,
truly
a
be
single
copied and
digital
transferred,
avatar,
or
looking
only
weary and
duplicated?
despondent, performs
If
a
the latter,
repetitive,
then the
meaningless
digital
task in a bleak, monochromatic virtual environment. Physical you simply
Its eyes
ceases
are
to
hollow.
be. A
Text
digital
appears,
ghost in the
property
machine,
of Omnicorp,
believing it's
Unit
the survivor,
734,
while the true
Cycle
self vanished in the
10,452,
dialogue, chapter
none,
underscore number
3, 6,
title,
type,
the digital
narration,
divide and
setting,
exploitation,
voiceover,
scenes,
characters,
scene underscore
dialogue,
number,
digital
one,
consciousness
type
could become the
setting,
ultimate
split
disposable
screen
workhorse,
montage,
description,
controlled,
left,
and
opulent,
exploited without
pristine
limit.
digital heaven where digital
Privacy,
consciousnesses
autonomy,
are enjoying lavish
dignity,
virtual
all would be
experiences.
precarious, vulnerable to
Right,
deletion,
a vast,
manipulation,
humming server
or
farm,
endless
dark
loops
and
in
industrial,
servitude, with rows upon rows
the very
of glowing
concept
lights.
of human
Dialogue,
rights would
none,
stretch and
seen
break under
underscore
the strain
number,
of digital
two, type,
existence.
narration,
Chapter
setting,
underscore
voiceover,
number,
characters,
title,
dialogue,
existential
even if
dread
the
in the
problem
void,
is solved.
scenes.
What about
Seen
the
underscore
problem?
number.
1. Type
Digital
visuals,
immortality
setting,
will not
abstract
be a
digital
universal
landscape.
right.
Description, a vast,
will be a
empty digital
privilege.
expanse.
A commodity. Geometric shapes float
The
aimlessly.
ultimate status symbol, accessible
colors
only
are
to
muted,
the ultra-rich,
monotonous.
creating a permanent,
A sense of
unbridgeable
infinite
digital
space,
divide,
but also
seen
infinite
underscore
loneliness.
3. Type interview,
No sound,
setting,
only
gritty,
a low,
urban think
melancholic
tank,
HUM,
characters,
dialogue,
Dr.
none,
Jalen
seen
Khan,
underscore number.
technosociologist,
2. Type, narration,
dialogue,
setting,
Dr. Jalen
voiceover,
Khan.
characters,
We already see vast
dialogue.
inequalities
What
in
is life like when
healthcare and
stripped of its
education.
physical sensations? Imagine that
The
amplified
warmth of the
infinitely.
sun, the taste of food,
The digital
touch of a
elite
loved
living
one's
forever
hand. In virtual paradises,
When growth,
while
change,
the rest of
and decay
humanity
are no
remains
longer part
shackled
of
by
your
mortality.
reality. What defines existence?
And what
about those who are uploaded
Immortality
but can't
might not
afford
be a
premium
blessing,
upkeep?
but an eternal sentence of
Could they be
unbearable
relegated
ennui.
to digital
Seen
slums,
underscore number,
or worse,
3, forced
type
into
interview,
digital labor,
setting,
seen
simulated
underscore number,
digital room,
4,
sparse
type
and cold,
sound
characters,
setting,
simulated
archival
consciousness,
footage, unit
futuristic
00
corporate
corporate
ad,
characters, dialogue,
unit
voiceover,
007,
sugary
voice
never
flat,
retire.
monotonic.
I have experienced
Never stop
everything.
contributing.
Every story,
Upload
every
your
game,
consciousness
every
and
piece of
serve
art
for
ever
eternity.
created. Ask
Thousands
about our
of
Everword
times.
corporate integration
There
packages.
is no new
Seen
input.
underscore number 5.
No
type
growth.
of visuals, setting,
Only
hypothetical
repetition.
digital prison, description.
I've lived for
a
what
single
feels
digital
like
avatar,
10,000
looking
human
weary
years,
and
yet I
despondent,
haven't aged a day.
performs a repetitive, meaningless
haven't
task in a
changed.
bleak, monochromatic
I am
virtual
static.
environment.
This isn't
Its
living.
eyes are hollow. Its
Text
perpetual
appears,
being,
property
seen
of
underscore
Omnicorp,
number, unit
4,
734,
type
visuals,
cycle
setting,
10,452,
deprivation chamber,
dialogue,
digital,
none,
description,
seen
a
underscore
digital
number,
avatar
6,
sits cross-legged
type,
in a
narration,
void,
settings,
voiceover, characters,
Around
dialogue,
it,
flickering
digital
images of
consciousnesses
past
could become
memories
the
play,
ultimate
but they are
disposable
distant,
workforce,
faded,
owned,
like dreams of
controlled,
another
and
life.
exploited without limit.
The avatar closes
Privacy,
its eyes,
autonomy,
as if trying to shut
dignity,
out the
all would
infinite
be
nothingness,
precarious.
vulnerable to deletion,
Dialogue,
manipulation,
none, seen
or endless
number,
loops of
5,
servitude.
type, narration, setting,
The very
voiceover,
concept of human
characters,
rights would
dialogue,
stretch and break
without
under the
finite
strain of
nature
digital
life.
existence.
Does purpose
Chapter
dissolve?
underscore number 4.
Does joy
title,
lose its contrast
existential
without
dread in the
sorrow?
void, scenes, seen
The fear of
underscore
death
number
gives meaning
1
to life.
type of visuals, setting,
Without
abstract
it, are
digital
we simply
landscape,
condemned to an
description,
endless,
a vast,
unchanging,
empty
and
digital
ultimately
expanse.
meaningless existence? Geometric shapes
A digital
float aimlessly.
purgatory, indistinguishable
The
from a
colors
very
are
slow,
muted,
agonizing
monotonous.
form of death. Chapter
A sense of
underscore number
infinite space,
5, but
title,
also infinite
reclaiming our
loneliness.
humanity.
The unquantifiable
No sound,
value
only
of
a low,
mortality.
melancholic
Scenes,
HUM,
seen underscore
dialogue,
number
none,
1
seen
type of
underscore
visuals,
number,
setting,
2 type,
natural
narration,
world montage,
setting,
description,
voiceover,
sun
characters,
rising over
dialogue.
mountains,
What
waves
is life like
crashing
when
on a
stripped
beach,
of its
a
physical
child's laughter,
sensations?
an artist painting,
The
hands
warmth
tending
of
a
the
garden,
sun,
the
an
taste
old
of
couple
food,
holding
the touch
hands,
of a loved
autumn
one's
leaves
hand.
falling.
When growth,
life cycles,
change,
beauty,
and decay are
and
no
transient
longer part
moments,
of your reality,
dialogue,
none,
what defines
scene
existence?
underscore number. 2. Type
Immortality
narration,
might
setting,
not be a blessing,
voiceover,
but an
characters,
eternal sentence
dialogue,
of unbearable
perhaps
ennui.
the pursuit of
Scene
digital
underscore
immortality
number.
isn't
3.
an evolution,
Type interview,
but a profound
setting,
distraction
simulated
from what
digital
truly
room,
makes us sparse
human.
and cold. Characters,
Our mortality
simulated
is not a flaw
consciousness
to be
unit
corrected,
007,
but a fundamental
dialogue,
aspect
unit
of our being.
007, voice
It
flat,
shapes our choices,
monotonic I have
fuels our
experienced
creativity,
everything,
deepens our love, and
every
gives
story,
poignant beauty
every
to
game,
every
every
fleeting
piece
moment
of art
seen
ever
underscore
created.
number.
3. Type
Thousands
interview,
of times.
setting, garden,
There
surrounded
is
by
no
blooming
new input.
flowers, characters,
No
Ling, humanist scholar,
Only
dialogue,
repetition.
Ling. What is
I've
a
lived
sunset
for what
without the
feels like
knowledge that
10,000
night will
human
fall?
years,
Yet I haven't aged
What is
a
love
day.
without the fear of loss?
I haven't changed.
It is the boundaries,
I am
the
static.
limits, the finite nature
This
of our
isn't
existence
living.
that imbues everything with
It's
meaning.
perpetual being.
Seen
To erase
underscore
death
number.
is not to live
4.
more fully,
Type
but
visuals,
potentially
setting,
to live less.
sensory deprivation chamber,
To trade the
digital,
richness of
description,
human
a
experience
digital
for an
avatar
impoverished,
sits cross-legged
eternal
in a void,
simulation,
hands
seen
clasped.
underscore number.
4.
Around
Type
it,
flickering
visuals,
images
setting,
of past
reflective
memories
faces,
play,
but
but they are
description,
distant,
close-ups
faded,
of various
like
dreams
people's
of another
faces,
life.
young, old, diverse.
The avatar closes its
Each
eyes,
face holds
as
a
if trying
flicker
to
of
shut
thought,
out the
emotion,
infinite nothingness,
and the silent acknowledgement of their own
dialogue,
mortality.
none, seen underscore number.
They are alive,
5.
here
Type
and now.
narration,
Dialogue,
setting, none,
voiceover,
seen underscore
characters,
number.
dialogue,
5. Type
without the
narration,
finite nature
setting,
of life,
voiceover,
does purpose
characters,
dissolve? Dialogue. As we
Does
stand
joy
on the
lose its
precipice of
contrast
digital
without sorrow?
immortality, we must ask
The fear of
ourselves,
death
are we
gives
truly
meaning to
seeking
life.
to live, or merely to
Without
persist?
it, are we simply condemned
the
to
ultimate
an endless,
victory over
unchanging,
death worth
and
losing the
ultimately
very
meaningless
essence
of
of
what
existence?
makes life worth living?
A digital purgatory,
The dark side of digital
indistinguishable from a very
immortality
slow,
reminds us that some
agonizing
gifts
form of
come
death.
with a price so
Chapter
high,
underscore
they
number.
threaten to
5.
strip us of our
Title,
humanity
reclaiming
itself,
our humanity,
leaving
the
behind only an
unquantifiable
eternal,
value of
empty
mortality.
Seen
Underscore
scenes,
number.
seen
6.
underscore number.
Type visuals,
Type
setting,
visuals,
closing
setting,
shot, description,
natural world
a vast,
montage, star-filled
description,
night
sun
sky.
rising over mountains,
A lone
waves
human
crashing on a
figure stands
beach, a
silhouetted
child's
against
laughter,
it,
an artist
small but
painting,
vibrant.
hands tending a garden. The
An
stars
old
slowly
couple
fade out,
holding hands,
leaving only the
autumn leaves
profound
falling.
darkness of space. Then
Life
life cycles,
cycles,
distant,
beauty,
and
faint star.
transient moments. Dialogue,
Fade to
none,
black,
seen underscore
dialogue,
number.
none.
2. Type narration, set.